Good morning, afternoon, evening, or whatever time zone you're in. My name is Alfred Akinkwe, and today I'll be going through the process of setting up Atom with your Raspberry Pi, which Atom is, if you don't know, is basically a software that allows you, it's like an editing software that lets you write code and everything. Basically, an overglorified text editor. And yeah, the reason why I guess I started using Atom is because it's just better than the Nano that comes with the Raspberry Pi when you work in headless. So it's just a better alternative to it. And to start off, you're gonna go to Google, obviously, Atom.io, and you're gonna download the package file as I've done. If you're Windows, you download Windows. If you're Mac, it should show up as Mac, and you download. And same for Linux. And you're gonna install the package, and once you do, you will get the file Atom, and you can just open that straight up. Should open you up to a welcome guide and a bunch of settings. And I'm just pressing Ctrl W there to close all the tabs and everything. And now that we have Atom installed, we need to also make sure that we're connected to our Pi, which I'm doing right now. And yeah, okay, we're connected to the Pi now. And I'm using PowerShell for this in case you're wondering. Uh, I just, I guess I prefer to terminal. It's basically the same thing. It's just a color change. Uh, okay, now that we have our Pi set up and our Atom running, you basically just go to settings and we're trying to install a package. So we go to install on the bottom and you type in FTP remote and it should show up and it's the package by IMDO with the 3 backwards. And we click install and it's gonna start installing that. It might take a bit of time, but we just wait for it. And while it's installing, I just gotta make sure I have my files. Okay, alright, now that it's installed, we can close that. Add to packages and FTP remote edit and enter password for the session, whatever password you want, just any password. And now edit servers and well, we're connecting to the Raspberry Pi for the first time, so we're creating a new server basically. And unless you've changed it, the default that comes with the Pi is just server name Pi. Well, I'm calling my server Pi. And for username, actually let's just go through the step by step. For for the IP address, you need to put in your the IP address for your Raspberry Pi. And I'm just making sure mine is correct. And for the protocol, we use SSH because we're working headless, and you can use either of this username or password or username prompt for password to log on. Either of them, just it's just your preference. And unless you've changed it to username for Pi, it's usually just Pi. And the password should be the password for your Pi. And don't worry if you don't see this, because if you choose username prompt password, it doesn't show up. But if you choose username password, it's basically you can either enter the password once and you just always go into it, or it prompts you for the password every time. That's the difference. And I like to go to home directory. You don't have to have anything here. It's still gonna take you there, but I just like to, I guess, restate it. And then you click save, and it should connect to your Pi, and you should see a folder called Pi. Well, a server called Pi, and you can select that, and it loads up Pi and everything that's inside. And just to, I guess, show and prove that it is working like all in real time and everything is good, I'll create a new file called, actually, let's just, first of all, in the desktop here, ls, we see we have the folders git test, group, projects, and testing. And now let's create a file called test.py. And now let's have it do something, well, generic. And we save that. You get the green file successfully uploaded. And that means everything is good. Now if we go to our Pi, and we check again, there's a file called test.py. And if we open nano test.py, we can see the file. And this is why I don't like nano. It's very weird sort of look to it, and I'm just not a fan. And that's basically how it just works. Everything you do in here. So first of all, let's get out of here. Now if I type in whatever, I save it, it uploads it, and if I run it again, it should be there. And just to take it one step further, whatever you type here, let's leave, yes, save. Give it a second, I guess. Cancel, exit, yes. Just a PY, alright. It's saved. Now if we close that and I guess reopen it, you can see the second it updates everything. So it's going seamlessly back and forth in real time. And yeah, that's how the basics of it works. And once you've saved everything and it shows up with the, let's see, the green sign saying it's saved, everything is basically good to go. And you don't have to worry about closing any of the files because it's already saved and it's good. But yeah, this is the end of the tutorial. I hope it's been informative and helpful. And thank you for listening.